Welcome back to my channel. If you are buying a home in Ireland, then you have probably heard about the term approval in principle and the loan offer. A lot of people think that these two approvals are same. They are not same. Now, in this video, I would explain what exactly approval in principle is, how it differs from a formal loan offer, and when you are actually safe to start bidding for properties. So come with me and let's dive in. What is approval in principle? Approval in principle, or AIP, is the first step in getting a mortgage in Ireland. It is when the bank or the lender gives you an estimate of how much they can lend you based on your income, savings, and debt. At this stage, no property is involved. You don't need to have a specific house in mind at this point. No valuation has been done, and the bank hasn't fully checked everything. So technically, you should think of AIP, or approval in principle, as a financial yes in theory. What does approval in principle allows you to do? With approval in principle, you can start hunting for house. You can start bidding for properties or making offer if you're buying a new build, and then you can show or prove to the estate agents or the auctioneers that you are a serious buyer. And most estate agents in Ireland won't accept your offer or your biddings without approval in principle. But remember, approval in principle is not a guarantee of a mortgage offer. Now, how long does approval in principle valid for? Approval in principle usually valid for 6 months, depending on the lender. I have think previously received some valid for up to 8 months, and then I have also received from another lender valid for 6 months. I'm not sure what type of criteria they use to determine the validity, but I believe these are specific terms that is set by individual banks or lenders. So if your situation changes, like you take up a new loan after the approval in principle, or your job changes, or you get a salary reduction, your approval in principle can be reduced. It is important to keep your situation, stable during this time. Now, let's look at a formal loan approval. What is formal loan approval? A formal loan approval, or sometimes also called a loan offer, is the real deal. This happens only after you've gone sales agreed on a specific property. This happens after the bank has done the valuation of the property, and then also at this stage you would have submitted all the full documentation and fulfilled any kind of condition that may have been mentioned in your approval in principle or your conditional offer. At this stage, basically the bank is saying, yes, we will lend you this amount and for a specific property. What happens before a formal loan approval? Before issuing a formal loan approval or a formal loan offer, the bank would usually check your employment and income again, just in case anything has changes between the last time when you were giving the approval in principle and now. The bank will be, looking into your bank statement again. Of course, the bank will do the valuation of the property to ensure that the properties you're buying, you're buying them at the right value. And they will be looking at the title and some legal information about the property. And they will also check your ability to pass the stress testing again. If anything doesn't add up at this point, the loan offer can be delayed or even declined. Now, let's look at the key differences between the approval in principle and the formal loan offer. Approval in principle. This happens at the early stage. There's no property specific is attached. This is based on estimation only and not legally binding. Now, the formal loan offer or formal loan approval. This happens after you are sales agreed. Sale agreed means you have made an offer to the auctioneer and the offer has been accepted and you have paid your deposit and they have issued a sales notice to you or to the solicitor. Now, formal loan offer again, this is it is specific to a particular property because the property name and address will be mentioned on this loan as well. And this is a written offer that you have to that will details all the your monthly repayment, how long the loan is going to last for, and so on and so forth. And this is also required before signing off the sales contract. Now, only a loan offer allows you to legally buy the house. Now, let's look at the common mistakes buyers make. And these are the big mistakes to avoid. A lot of buyers thinking that approval in principle means approval for a mortgage. They are not the same. Some people also make such a mistake by taking out a car finance or some other loan after the approval in principle. Some people also make the mistake of changing their job in the middle of the application, and the worst is to spend your deposit. Don't do this. Your approval in principle may be reduced or even declined. Many buyers has lost their properties at this stage. Please don't be one of them. Now, let me give you a tips for a smooth loan offer. To get from approval in principle to a loan offer smoothly, you should ensure that you keep your finances stable. You should avoid taking a new loans or new credit cards. You should save consistently. You should respond to bank query or query from your lenders as quickly as possible because time is everything in life. Now, you should also use a mortgage broker if possible because they are very efficient and they can push things even quicker than what you could ordinarily do yourself. But if you're somebody that is also very, well organized and very good at paperwork, you can as well, approach the banks directly yourself. Adhering to all these tips can save you weeks of stress. If this information has helped you clear things up, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comment below if you are currently at approval in principle or you are waiting for your formal loan offer. Thank you for watching this video and best of luck in your home purchase in Ireland. See you in my next video. Bye.